let's take a look at this week's assignment. Again, congratulations to Team Erie, and they don't need to complete the assignment. They, however, might want to look at it, may even want to make sure that they understand the answers, because the probability that they would win every single round is extremely low. Anyhow, plugging away here. Here's my questions that I have posed, and I make these up each week as we go along based on the results of the prior week. So a little bit of a pain. Some of them just come out of nowhere. Sometimes I get bored and just got to think up something. Not bored, but I don't want to repeat the same questions time and time again, and so I got to keep searching for. Sometimes they'll seem a little oddball and off the wall, perhaps, but in any event, here's practice round one. By the way I would answer these if I were you, or it's nice for me to use or to correct, is simply to go ahead and use the Word document that I have downloaded, and it's in the content section, and I'll also send it as an attachment. But go ahead and use that, and here you are for question one. So just hit your enter key and your tab key, and then put your answer in there as letter A, and then I would understand where that comes from, and you can do that for each question. And some of these questions might have multiple answers, and so you can do A, B, C, or whatever it would take. So okay, that would be great if everybody did that kind of consistently. It makes my job pretty easy. So, not pretty easy, but easier. So the first question anyhow is, all else being the same, if Digby had not issued stock, how would that have affected its earnings per share? So let's go back and we take a look at and I'm going to click on the HTML one. It might be a little bit quicker. Might not be quite as big, but we need to take a look at Digby, and towards the top on the stock market report right here, we see that Digby issued 335,730 shares. They raised, if I'm not mistaken, $11.5 million in doing so. Okay, but what is earnings per share? Okay, is a factor of earnings and the number of shares outstanding. So you should be able to figure that out just by thinking about it a little bit. What would have happened had Digby not issued that stock? Okay. I'm not going to require a numerical answer. I will in the future. I'll have some questions that will definitely probably require a numerical answer. But I would give a little extra, I think, or think very highly if you did provide me with a numerical answer there. And actually the math's pretty easy. Number two, Andrews required an emergency loan. What were the main factors that contributed to that necessity? What I'll tell you here is look at the cash flow. Okay, look at the cash flow. We get the financial summary. The first thing in the financial summary is the cash flow. Okay. The answer should be answers. This is one of those I said you might have an ABC or something. The answers should be readily available looking at the cash flow. And I said main factors, the top three, let's say. Okay, there's some smaller ones, that are a little less important. If you don't get those, I'm not going to worry about it, but you should be able to get the top three anyhow. Three. If you look at nothing but the report titled Selected Financial Statistics in the Courier, explain why Andrews had more net income than Baldwin, though it had less sales. Yes, I know that Andrews' EBIT is higher, but that's not the answer I'm looking for. And so, what do I mean by that? Well, scrolling up in the selected financial statistics is towards the top, other than your guys' names, it's this one here. And I point out in my question, I say Baldwin has more sales than Andrews, 3 million more, 3.5 million more. Okay, certainly Andrews has a higher EBIT. Okay, that's right here. Okay, I understand that. And the real question is what caused that? Okay, why did, even though Baldwin had greater sales, why was Andrews able to flip the tables a little bit? And the answer I'm looking for is available right on this sheet. So really looking at these two columns, you should be able to kind of find the answer. And I'll give you some more hints. It's not the ROS, it's not the ROA. Those are the results of some of the things I'm talking about. Okay, it's not the ROE, it's not the leverage. Those are the results of some of the things that I'm talking about, not the cause. Okay, and I'm looking for the cause. Okay. Lastly, which team spent the most on plant improvements? That's pretty easy. That part I kind of probably pointed that out, maybe sorta. What thing or things did that team invest in? Okay, so take a look again at the cash flow. Will tell us, plant improvements, boom, subtracted or was a negative to cash flow. Okay, because of the investments that got made, right? It was cash that left. Okay, but what things? Okay, to figure out what thing or things, go to the production or the production information. Yeah, the production analysis down here. Okay, and you should be able to find. Hint, it's on the right hand side, towards the right hand side, I should say. You should be able to find the thing or things. It's not all necessarily on the right hand side, but you should be able to find the thing or things that that particular team invested in order to correctly answer that question. So good luck.